I just can't like replace that feeling. It's so good.
You lose that, it becomes robotic, and it becomes an AI song, really.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Blind in the Industry podcast. My name is Dan Brown, and I'm with
Ben Foden.
And Ben, what are we talking about today, mate?
We are talking about the most important role in the production, recording, like making a record, sort of that whole.
Yeah, so the start to finish and making a record,
basically.
what is the most important role in the process?
Yeah.
So I guess first things first, we should determine what our different roles are.
Yeah, what you mean, like go through what each one is.
Yeah, so who are we comparing? So we've got the producer.
Yeah, producers. Producers,
mixing engineer, recording engineer,
recording,
mastering engineer.
Yeah.
Those four, big four.
Mixing, recording.
Happy?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
So I guess like producer in this.
It's hard because like a producer can be labeled, but I think for this we'll talk like making the like beat making.
Yeah. So producer as in like making the instrumental.
Yeah.
Mixing engineer. Mixing engineer, mastering engineer, recording engineer. So it's just the producer needs to be determined.
Yeah.
Because some people call recording engineers producers.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm like in a session,
you're doing both, aren't you?
Yeah, I feel like I'll go in as a producer and a recording engineer.
Yeah. So do you have any initial thoughts on this? Like,
most important, I guess, like it's what's the word? It's an opinion.
It's
opinion based.
Everything is opinion based for sure.
It's tough. Because you've got to like dissect. Mm-hmm. What could you like do without? What could you take out of the process?
What could you take? I think.
And there's one that sticks out.
Look in your close up. Look in your close up. 3, 2, 1. Mastering engineer. Now,
even though I do mastering,
and so do I, and it's really important. However,
I hate it.
But
it's true. It's true.
But say the naughty word, AI.
Yeah.
Can master easier than AI can mix or produce or record. But then you've got the flip side of that, whereas anyone can record themselves, really. Like with this whole bedroom producer, artist, bedroom indie pop thing that's broken through.
People literally like do the whole thing themselves.
Billie Eilish, for example, her and Phineas.
Her and Phineas.
Well, Phineas
they do the whole thing.
He's just a genius now. But when they were younger, I mean, he did it all for, and that's what blew her up.
Yeah, true.
So I think producer and mixing engineer are the two most important for me.
I'd say so. But like, so if you take the recording engineer out, what are you doing? Like, is a producer allowed to?
No. So I guess
this makes it hard.
Well, so I guess if you take the recording engineer out, or whatever you take out, the artist has to do themselves. Should we call it that?
Yeah, but then...
Or who has the most impact on it, we should say.
Yeah, who has the most... the most important. I guess you're not taking out.
What's important is what's the impact.
I think producer is high up there.
It's high up there for sure.
Because like that's where like it starts.
Yeah.
That's like the idea.
But would you call it a band practicing and writing a song producing? Not really. So you could have like Lil Yachty, for example.
Yeah.
He has a band.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, they're sick.
What, his own band?
Yeah, so it's a group. I may be wrong. I'll fact check myself.
Okay.
But it's an all female band from America, I believe. They're really cool, and they tour. I can't remember their names. Drums, bass, guitar, backing vocals. I think just
sick.
There's some lead vocals, but you know the way it's.
Yeah.
He's very experimental. I love Lil Yachty. Shout out Boat. But I think he uses those bands when he's recording, but he definitely takes them on tour with him, for example.
Okay, sick.
So what I'm saying is...
Yeah, you saw him recently.
Yeah,
did he have a band?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Crazy.
Was it them?
Yeah. It was them.
Right.
That's how I know it.
So you don't know if it's his band.
But it's his band. Well, they're their own band.
They tour with him?
They tour with him, but I don't know if they record with him, so I'll have to check that out.
Right,
but if they do, does that replace the producer? Is that as easy as that? Because that recent Yachty album is one of my favourite of all time. And if there's not really any producing necessarily going on, just recording and mixing.
Oh, I think they definitely... Oh, that's tough. That's tough to like distinguish between it, because I guess you can have a band member who's more of a producer who like takes that producing role. Like, I know a band, you know Hannah Rowe?
Yeah.
Her band, I think it's her, I might be wrong. One of the guys...
the guitarist,
I think it's the guitarist.
Yeah, he's sick.
I might be wrong. And then these guys
I can't remember his name. It's going to annoy me.
Yeah, and then these guys called Earth Melon.
Okay.
Who, you know The Count? Shout out The Count.
Shout out The Count, always.
I saw The Count recently.
Yeah, where was that?
That was a Hedgerow? Yeah, Hedgerow House.
Hedgerow House Leeds. Great
So
venue. Great
the
venue.
support was Earthmelon, who I'd not
Okay.
heard of, but the guitarist is like, he produces everything basically.
Nice.
But obviously he's the guitarist,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
you
yeah.
can take that role. So I don't know if it.
It's interesting though.
Yeah. So I don't know if it replaces that.
Yeah. Well, we should give our flowers to Hannah Rowe
Yeah.
because her band and their band, but
Big time.
not really spent any time getting to know them.
Yeah.
Not that I've not tried.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I wouldn't like
Yeah,
to. But,
yeah, of course.
they just played Tramlines.
Yeah. Oh, was that Tramlines that
Yeah.
they played? Oh, was it not
No,
Latitude?
no, they played Tramlines.
Oh, was it Tramlines? Okay.
If that is not correct, this will not be.
Yeah, the BBC
making it-
introducing stage.
Yeah, this will not be making it the pod if that's not correct. They've definitely.
It was one of
just
the
played
two.
Tramlines.
It was one of the two.
I remember Tramlines.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
okay, yeah.
Waffle.
We'll go with that.
But yeah, so I guess back to the topic.
Yeah,
Producer's important.
yeah,
Mixing engineer, I think, does everything to make a song good or bad.
yeah, for sure. I think the only thing I'd say is like, if you give a mix engineer a bad song or idea, they can't bring that to life.
And then it's quite vague because when I'm producing, I'm kind of mixing as I go.
That's a whole.
There's so many layers to it. That's the thing.
I
But
guess
we can all agree that AI can master for you. No, I'm not saying that. Because mastering's hard. Like to master properly.
yeah, we've
it's
done it.
really
It's
hard.
sick.
We've done it, and
It's
it's fun.
good fun.
but-
It's really good fun.
Well, I guess let's take a step to the side. What's the most fun?
Yeah, I was
role.
thinking that because then it's hard saying most important. It's like
Most important is all opinion based.
yeah, most fun. I guess it's gonna be bias.
It's got to be producing though. Like
Yeah, because we do mix as
mixing,
well.
but I'd say mixing's the most rewarding for me.
You think?
I think when I
Really?
can take
So
take
when
an
you get a good
idea
mix-
and make it sound like professional,
Wow.
that's more rewarding to me than making a good beat. I think.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
So you that's crazy.
I really
For me,
like
it's
mixing.
like yeah, fair enough. That feeling of like making
something that's
from like nothing.
Yeah.
I just can't like replace that feeling. It's so good.
Yeah. It's
So
cool.
I think producing wins for me. But I know what you mean with the mixing, like taking
It's
that
like
rough thing
you
and
can
like
make
making it
you can make a
sound
good
polished.
beat. You can make a good beat and get a rapper on it.
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
Yeah.
But when you get a good beat and a verse, and then you make it something
Yeah, true,
radio
true.
ready, essentially.
Yeah, like glue it
Like
together.
glue it together. That's a feeling that's just insane.
Yeah, for sure. So mixing for you.
Mixing's the most rewarding.
Right.
Producing's the most fun.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
producing, you just get to be creative.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that kind of, I guess that covers that.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Fun, important, rewarding.
yeah.
We've kinda covered those.
Overall, there's a last place and there's not a first place.
Yeah. You let us know which you think is the most.
big haters over here, but no,
Nah.
zero hate to mastering engineers.
Nah, love
It is
mastering
incredibly difficult.
It is. It is. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Have more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for example, when I'm producing, the fun I have is very, very determined on if I'm in that headspace.
Yeah.
But when I'm mixing, I can always do what I gotta do.
What you mean, like,
Like
as in
when there's
workflow or
creative block, a great episode we've just posted.
Yeah.
That's a big thing in producing, but I don't think it's as much in mixing because I can do my job in mixing
Oh, I hear you.
whenever.
Would you say mixing is like creative, or would you
It can be.
see? That's
Depends on the client.
a lot of people say mixing is like a very still as creative as producing.
It can be. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It depends on your style of mixing.
Yeah, true. If you're, it depends what you're trying to achieve.
And I guess creative's quite a lucrative word.
Yeah.
Because
What you mean, like it,
creative
like
can
broad?
be creating an interesting chord progression, or it can be you find an issue in mixing and you have to get creative in how to fix it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think mixing is, as well as fixing problems, it's like also like
Making it better.
shaping a sound.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like, no, that's what I mean. It's not just, yeah, obviously you're trying to like make it better than it
Yeah.
sounded before, but like often if a client like likes that rough mix, you don't want to take it
Oh,
too far away.
such a big point.
Like Tizio, if you ever watched him mix, he's like,
don't think so.
he's got like the reference track underneath, like not the the rough
Yeah,
mix,
yeah.
and he knows that the client will want it pretty similar, so he's literally just like juicing everything up like a little bit,
Yeah.
and like he's not doing anything crazy, but I guess he mixes more like it's not like live instruments.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it makes a difference in that.
Yeah, no, I hear that for sure. But I think that's a big point that you've got to realize. Sometimes less is more in mixing.
100%.
With
I think
everything,
so.
actually.
I think so.
With everything, I think less can be more. It's like if you've spent 10 hours on a song, it's hard to put your ego to the side and go, actually, this sounds worse than the rough mix. Realistically, with tone shaping,
The amount of times.
so annoying though, and you have to go back to autosave.
It's the worst.
It's heartbreaking. But
Like
you've
I've
got to do the
worked on a
job.
mix, and like you come back to it and change, and you realize like 5 sessions ago was like way better than what it is now.
Because I find that the more you work in something, the more you produce, the more you mix, the more you do anything to something, the more character it loses.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So when I'm producing a song, especially if I'm like using VSTs or recording stuff and not necessarily using samples, that feels real. Before you quantize it, that feels real. And then if you do loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads, you lose that. It becomes robotic and it becomes an AI song, really.
Yeah.
If you're putting all these computer processes through it, it becomes
100%.
AI, really.
Yeah, I get you. I do get you. So less is more for mixing, 100%.
Big time.
But that's so hard to do.
Big time. But I want to ask you as well, is that what have you been, because we're both in new jobs recently.
Yes.
We're both very busy. So what have you been doing to keep that production spark and keep that creative spark alive?
I've been trying, like you say,
it's hard.
Busy. Like, we've both been busy. Obviously trying to do the pods and like everything else. But I guess making those beat vids each week that we're throwing out.
So yeah, shameless plug. If you don't follow us on Blind Audio, I mean you should, but blind.audio on Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, if you're on here, you probably found it from that.
Yeah, but if you're not,
but if you haven't,
go check us out, please. Because we post there at least 3 times a week, if not more.
Music content, stuff that we're making.
Yeah, so you should really check that out.
But yeah, that's been sort of helping me keep on track, and like it actually makes me sit down and dedicate some time to doing it.
And that's because I think
so important.
The best way to start is to start. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that before? It's
like, well, you like just
you can sit, sit and make a plan about this. But the only way you start is starting.
Yeah, just
to take that first step.
You'll never be like in the perfect place or like ready to do it. You just gotta just go for it.
Yeah, so I would say for me that's kind of the same.
Yeah,
it's because we're taking this seriously now.
Yeah,
this Blind Audio thing, we've got big plans for the future.
Yeah,
they'll probably be on socials within the next month of all of our plans for our schedule. It's not just a podcast. I can't stress that enough. We're not just.
We love doing the pod, but like we're getting some other content out.
This is a music production collective. Yeah, we'll not sort of, just a podcast.
Yeah, we'll sort of announce that over the next
when
we get to that. Yeah. That'll be coming out.
But yeah, having the at least weekly beat videos.
Yeah, has that been helping you as well?
Yeah, because it's been, like you said, forced me to sit down, and I've actually gone back to old things that I've not been doing. Like, for example, I texted you last week. So we've got the FabFilter bundle. We both of us have it.
I love FabFilter. We've already been down that road.
We've been down that road. We're not doing that again.
No, we're not doing
FabFilter, for people who are maybe looking to get into music production, FabFilter, I can say hand on heart, is the only company you would need.
Whoa. That's a heavy statement.
Heavy statement, especially if you're mixing. I would say I run to FabFilter for everything.
So you, what have you got Waves?
No.
You not got what bundles do you have?
Waves, UAD.
So you got Waves.
Sorry, not Waves. Sorry, FabFilter, UAD,
yeah.
Isotope Elements, like basic.
So you're getting rid
stuff.
of UAD and Isotope before Pro Q.
Everything goes before.
Yeah, to be fair,
because you got Pro Q. Pro Q is an EQ plugin.
The compressor, I love,
and it's got everything. Pro C.
What is it? The
compressor.
Oh, Pro
C
too. Yeah.
Everything you could do.
That's such a good compressor.
It's nice having an 1176 as well, though.
Yeah, because like
a 2A.
I feel like it's a more transparent compressor.
For sure.
If you want like more character, you want like for vocals, you want like a bit more like saturation.
But if you just want to compress something for the sake of compression,
I'll tell you what.
Pro C.
Best transparent compressor is the RComp Waves.
I'm such a hater, but I
it's
think
really good. If you just want to like compress and not like add a bunch of like, I don't know, like,
to be fair,
noise.
the Renaissance bundle apparently is insane.
Is it? I've only got
like
the
RComp, RVox, RBass.
What have I got? Oh yeah, RBass is meant to be good.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is, apparently Waves have got rid of their subscription thing.
What?
You know the thing? Well, not got rid of, but
what?
You're allowed to just buy solo plugins now. Apparently they backtracked.
Well, that's what I did.
Yeah, but do you remember not that long ago?
Yeah, they dropped the.
dropped
everyone's
everything.
dropping the subscription.
No, but they went
I mean,
subscription
everyone's
only.
like, everyone's making it subscription only.
So they went subscription only, but I think they just lost business, so they've gone back to doing both.
Crazy. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
The thing is,
it was idiotic, and this is
I don't know, like
this is a skeleton in the closet. 'Cause this is quite old now, but still.
no, but it's worth saying. I think because other companies are still doing it. Like my view on it is like it makes producers that are just starting can actually afford having the really nice plugin.
Like I remember in my college days, for example,
Yeah.
when I started taking producing seriously, just trying to sort of get my foot in the door. I was recommended Slate because one of my lecturers was a Slate guy. He was all Slate, and I got the all access pass. I think it was $9.99 a month.
That's really good.
But I cancelled it after a while. But it does. It gets you that foot in the door, and it lets you see what a 2A is, what a compressor does, what an EQ
do they have
does.
all that?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. My only thought with that is like it's great, like new producers being able to use this stuff, but does having such easy access to that make people lazy?
So it lowers the barrier to entry.
Well, I mean, just like not learning plugins.
Yeah.
Like, as in not knowing how a compressor actually works and like knowing how an EQ works, just like throwing the preset on.
Yeah, but I guess that also depends on what DAW you're in, because if you have a DAW with crap stock sounds, that's just gonna hurt your creative flow.
What DAWs have good?
Logic has the best. If you pay, Logic has the best stock plugins.
Yeah, I've just heard a lot of arguments at FL. I've not used it personally.
Soundgoodizer's good.
Is that all? They've got
Growspeed.
I heard they've got like mastering. They've got AI mastering on there.
Yeah,
they've got their own like splice on there now.
Yeah, with the FL Cloud stuff. FL.
Oh, and they've got the stem separation.
Maybe they are the best DAW because
I don't know if it's the best, but the most.
But if you pay for FL Cloud, I think it's called.
Yeah.
You get distro involved. You get distribution involved.
Okay.
So you can, if you pay whatever it is for FL Cloud, which is a subscription model, I believe.
Yeah.
You get the splice-esque library.
Right.
You get the stem separation, which I don't know if already included.
I think that's probably.
But you also get distribution onto Spotify.
So you can like
Apple.
post and it's paying for that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what's really.
They are
special.
really like. I feel like they are listening the most out of those.
No,
companies.
I think Ableton probably listen the most.
Nah.
Ableton don't listen to their fans.
All right, that's what I was gonna say.
It is terrible. Ableton don't care about their fans. But
then you've got like Pro Tools as well, which is like I use Pro Tools now, which I didn't before.
Big ups.
Dan's happy. Yeah. I've graduated. We're now on Pro Tools. It's good, but like all I do is record on it. I couldn't if I was to produce on that.
No,
I don't like. I tried to pull up a MIDI thing the other day. I was like, where do I even start?
Pro Tools hurts itself.
Yeah.
It's
good. I love Pro Tools.
Right. I love Pro Tools. I did a Pro Tools course. I did the 101 and 110.
Yeah.
I love Pro Tools, but it hurts itself by not listening to the lower barrier to entry people. Its target audience is more professionals. I understand that. However, if they just made a few things a little bit easier for producers, like
I was going to say, I think they're just missing the mark with like producers.
Yeah.
Because like if you like you're coming into this, FL is like really appealing with like all it offers, and Pro Tools is super daunting.
But and also, if you open Pro Tools without ever opening a DAW before, you're lost. If you open Logic, you can probably figure it out. If you open FL, even though it's still a bit tricky, you could probably figure it out.
I couldn't figure it out.
Ableton's a bit hard.
I don't
it's
like
different to all the other DAWs.
I feel like
as well.
Was it made for like DJ originally?
It's made for
because
like,
it's got the live
stuff.
view, which it opens on. It doesn't open on the timeline.
Yeah,
that threw me off.
Ableton's plugins are sick as well.
Are they? Actually, yeah. I see some crazy. I don't know what that guy on Instagram that I always send you.
Oh, he's so good.
He does. I wish I knew his name.
Well, yeah.
He does the most insane Ableton videos ever.
Yeah,
I don't use Ableton, but I love those.
I'd love to remember his name, but I can't.
Yeah.
If you want to put his name in the comments, it's the guy, and all his videos start with him about 36 times on the screen.
Yeah.
And it's all
he just does like crazy
harmony
edits.
Stuff. But he's so talented, and he shows you all the little hacks you can do and how to just do crazy stuff.
But don't use Ableton.
Don't use Ableton. Use Logic. And
Logic.
Only if Apple sponsors.
Yeah, it's Apple owned, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always forget that.
It wasn't originally. They bought it.
Yeah,
they
bought.
acquired it. But
Was it Garage or did they make GarageBand?
I'm not. I'm gonna get it wrong, so I'm not gonna say.
Yeah,
it,
I'm
but,
not even going down that route.
So I guess it's what would you say if there's a new producer, or like, because I know a couple people who have listened to this podcast so far that have said that they're sort of musicians, because
Yeah.
in a lot of schools that they don't really push producing at all, but the
Yeah.
music department will push like bands and stuff,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
orchestra
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff, but like guitarists and stuff who want to get into the producing side, or even just music enjoyers want to get into the
Sure.
producing side. It's like, or they want to get in mixing or mastering or something. Do you think each role in the creative process
Right.
and making a record,
Yeah.
do you think each role has a DAW that's best for it?
Oh, what does best for what?
So what's the best DAW for production?
I like that. Well, I'm obviously gonna say Logic for production.
I
just
think
'cause
it's probably
use...
FL.
You think?
For breaking through, I think it's probably FL's the best for production.
Are you like strictly beat making?
Yeah, the barrier to entry, they want to get into it.
I guess I've not used it. I mean, I've tried it once, but like I guess FL.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? I'm fighting Logic's
You're
corner.
sticking. I'm probably gonna say Logic.
But from what I've heard, FL is probably up there.
But then we get to an interesting topic: is mixing and mastering, or mixing and recording is probably gonna be the same DAW.
Or
It's
you
probably
mix
gonna be
and
Pro
record.
Tools.
You think? Oh,
Mixing in Logic's nice though, I think.
I love mixing in Logic. I love like the bussing. It's just like it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
There's more you can do in Pro Tools though.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've done it more. I've not
Because
done
you
all
got
that side
you got
of
the
stuff.
channels and the buses, the way they sit on the channels and the timeline view.
Actually,
is quite
I
nice.
have looked at it. It confused me. I can't
It is
lie.
confusing.
Because it's not the same as
No.
Logic. So I
No.
didn't understand how like the buses. I need to look into that more.
Yeah, I know. But
So yeah, I guess I'll let you have Pro Tools for that one.
for both mixing and recording.
Yeah, now that I record in Pro Tools,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty good.
Is
No,
it?
actually, no.
You stick with
Backtrack.
Logic.
What's it called? In playlisting in Pro Tools, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But in Logic, it's called.
Logic's way better.
Logic's so good. What's it
Stacking?
called? Yeah, comping.
Comping. So
Like
like essentially,
record comping.
when you record over something, it goes in a
It just like
folder.
automatically makes like take one, take two,
I'm
take
with you on
three.
that then actually.
Because I have now used both.
Logic's better for it.
Logic's way better.
Makes
and the
way more
editing way easier.
Ways. So recording Logic.
I'm saying recording Logic.
I'd probably rather record in Logic. I think Pro Tools is better, but I'd rather record in Logic.
I don't think it's better. I'm
Anyway.
going Logic.
Anyway.
It might be, but
It might be, but yeah.
It's workflow. And then mastering.
Well, we go left field, don't we?
What was the one we
Wavelab.
used? Is that what we used?
Yeah.
Wavelab.
The nastiest interface.
I didn't.
It's not a DAW though. Can we even? And
Yeah. Can you produce in it?
I don't know.
That's
But
crazy.
it
If
is
anyone's got Wavelab beats, send them in. I want to see the Wavelab
Right.
beats.
Next podcast, we're gonna have a Wavelab beat competition.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna have 0 submissions.
0 submissions because nasty.
Yeah. No, good
Um,
for mastering. Really
Good for mastering, but it's confusing as hell.
My only thing is like, do you need it for mastering? Like, what are you getting from it that you're not getting from a DAW?
I think if you're going really into the sciencey mastering side,
Does it give you like more like graphs and
yeah.
Yeah, true. But you can get the plugins that give you all of the LUFs and like Pro L2's got your LUFs.
I would
and-
say for workflow purposes, I would
Yeah.
probably rather master in Logic or Pro Tools
So would
because
I.
Wavelab's confusing.
And I do.
So to summarize all that,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I think it's more what you do with the DAW. I think
Yeah.
because I remember when I was starting, I was always thinking, oh, he's making better music,
Must
and
be
he's
the
using
DAW.
FL.
Yeah.
And my first roommate, when I was in college,
Yeah.
shout out Connor McSherry, love that guy, still in the industry. I'm really happy for him. He used FL, and he was more ahead of his producing career than I was.
Okay.
And I was making crap stuff in Logic.
Right.
And I was thinking, oh, maybe I should just get FL, but that's not
Must be
the point.
FL.
That's
It's
not
like
the point.
it's like that analogy. Bad worksman blames his tools.
Exactly.
It's one of them.
Exactly.
Like I think, yeah, anyone can make anything good. You can use what's it called, GarageBand, and probably make a hit. But like someone could
Yeah.
use like FL and make like it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
make
DAW you're
Dookie.
using. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I love that though. So, have you got a plugin of the week for us, Ben?
Ooh, plugin of the week. what am I going with? Plugin of the week. I'll tell you what I was using recently. It's a Sound Toys. What's it called?
Decapitator.
No.
Delay.
It's like the distortion one. What's it called?
Decapitator.
Nah, I mean
It's something like heat.
Oh, Radiator. That. So I used it on a drum bus recently.
Little Radiator.
Yeah, little Radiator. It was like free a while ago. Really good plugin.
Missed that.
Yeah, I swear I said get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been using that on like drum bus, like that plus Black Box, like little amount on each.
Nasty.
It's really nice. It's like
Just
crunchy, like
Diablo as well, man.
Yeah,
I'm
Diablo's
not calling it my
good.
plugin of the week. I'm not calling it.
Okay,
I've got one.
Yeah, go on. What's yours then?
Can I have an instrument as my plugin of the week?
Yeah.
Because I was started saying Polymax will be my plugin of the week for the next 50
All
summers.
weeks. Yeah.
No, so I started saying about this earlier and then went off on a tangent. But
Yeah.
FabFilter, I told you I've recently delved in to their twin.
Yeah, you told me about this.
Now, nasty interface,
Yeah.
nasty sound when you start it up. But you see, if you take a minute, learn the actual software, and even just go through their presets.
Right.
They've got some cool
Really?
stuff.
What sort of stuff
cool
is it? Like obviously electronic.
Yeah, it's kind of like EDM-y type
Okay.
stuff, but it's got its place in everything.
Has it got
there's-
like any like
there's
keys,
one-
like nice? Nah,
not
Okay.
really.
Okay,
not
fair
not
enough.
that I found. I might be
Okay.
wrong. But they had one that you just play a note.
Right.
Not gonna remember the name of the preset,
I'd
But
be
it-
surprised if
but
you
it plays like a symphony
did. Right.
in that key,
Oh, crazy.
and it just like because
What,
it's just
like-
like modulation and
As in-
like it plays like a proper full loop
Oh, mad.
of one key.
Oh, I hear you.
I don't know how it works, but I've been using that, and it's a really creative
Okay,
instrument
sick.
more than anything. It's not the best synth
Yeah.
or virtual synth, but
Yeah, it's something different.
or sampler. I'm not actually sure, but it's different, and it started. I would go through it, and then it
Yeah.
was creating more ideas.
Sick.
So that's my
sick.
plugin of the week. 'Cause I just don't think it's known.
Yeah, it isn't until you said it.
Mm.
Like I saw it at like the VST section because like a few like I've got Serum down there, stuff like that,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, what's this like?
There's one in
Fab
Twin.
filter. Yeah.
I've not used one.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and there's one that's like claps,
Okay.
like
sick.
synthesized claps.
Yeah. Just claps. No, nothing
Again,
else.
it's creative, but
For sure.
it's not better than a clap sample from Splice.
I've got something.
Go on.
I don't know if you've seen it, and I don't know if it's true or not. I saw some like Spotify news.
Uh-huh.
There's apparently going to be like a premium Spotify version for high fidelity audio.
Wow.
Yeah. Like because obviously like people complain about that and like,
So yeah, you've got Apple who are doing it.
oh, do Apple do it already?
Yeah. They do lossless.
Oh, okay. So I think Spotify
Tidal
bringing it
do
in.
it.
Yeah, Tidal.
Amazon do it, I believe.
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I just saw
But
this. And
So
I was
that's
like,
the thing. So I tried Apple
okay.
because I wanted the
Yeah, I remember.
lossless and I wanted the spatial audio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, I missed Spotify. The Spotify, I've got on my, I haven't been on Spotify forever, so I've got all my playlists already.
Yeah, it's hard to.
I've got
switch.
everything, but the interface on Apple and the recommended playlists and
Is
the
it
day
just not
list,
as good?
it's just not as good.
That's crazy because Apple, like most things that Apple do, I feel like
Are better.
really good and like they just work nicely. But
So that's what I was thinking. I thought, it must be good. I'll try it because
Yeah.
I got a free 3 months with something I bought.
yeah.
But yeah, that's game
But
changing.
yeah, Spotify.
I'll pay for that.
That's what I was thinking. To have like
I'd
listen
pay
to
for
like a
that.
new album, like proper audio quality.
Mm,
That's nice.
I love that.
Right. I think we should like circle back, round this off.
Yeah, for sure. So the most important role in the industry.
Is, in our opinion, I'm gonna say producing.
Producing. I'll say producing.
Okay. Who would have guessed it? Eh?
Who would have guessed it? We are two producers at heart.
Yeah.
But I do love mixing. I do love mastering. But I think, unfortunately, and I don't. By the way, I'm saying all this stuff about AI. I don't want mastering to be like
Oh, no,
obsolete.
100% not.
I think
It was just a point
I think,
to like.
yeah. I think it's
which is the important one.
a very interesting like job and very interesting
Yeah.
livelihood.
Yeah, for sure.
And vinyl mastering's a whole different thing.
Vinyl mastering.
A whole different thing entirely.
Oh, crazy! I don't even.
I won't
Oh
go
wait,
into it.
mastering for
Yeah.
vinyl like printing.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
So different.
Oh.
Apparently.
I have no
If
idea.
I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Apologies. Don't kill me.
No, you're
but,
probably right.
um,
Sounds right.
But yeah, I think producing is the most important because without the idea, you don't have anything.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's probably in a more consumer view, it's like slept on. Like producers don't get their flowers. And like when people think like pop stars or like they think they write everything, even like songwriters.
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah, that's true.
Songwriters aren't even most people don't even know that everyone has songwriters. Like like ghostwriters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Write your own bars,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, let us know what you think the most important role is, or favorite, or most fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
there's not a right. There's not a right.
There's
answer,
not a right.
Unfortunately. I'd love to give you a right answer, but that just doesn't exist.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like, subscribe, all of that. YouTube, Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. We said earlier, blind.audio. We really appreciate all the support. Comment. Let us know your thoughts about this episode.
Tell us how wrong we are.
Yeah, because we are.
Probably, but it's all discussion. There's no right or wrong answers apart from our opinions.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
See you in the next one.
Bye bye.